Good evening and welcome to Universal Spiritualism. I'm Veronica Jenkins. We're also live on Hands of the Angels tonight, so welcome to everybody on Hands of the Angels. Just comment and let me know that you're there and whether you'd like a reading or not. If you would like a reading, then let me know just the first name of the person that you would like the reading, the loved one in spirit that you'd like the reading from, and we'll go from there. I just need to double check that we are actually live on Hands of the Angels, because it's for them that oh yes, we are. That's super. So just so sorry, thought I'd taken it off the mute. Okay, don't know how that managed to go back onto mute. Okay, so hi everybody, and I will say hello to all those people again because you didn't hear me unless you're able to lip read. Well, then we had problems. Okay, so hi Kerry, hi Cornelia, hi Lisa, hi Kim, hi Christine Maris, hi Jackie, hi Goody Tulane, Kim, let's Kelly, Anne Washington, Corey, Mandy Sherd. I was going to say, you must have heard me because some people have been doing as I asked, in that just give me the first name of the person that you would like me to link with. Okay, so hi Helen as well. So let's see who I'm drawn to. Riley in spirit. So Goody Tula, right. If I have got Riley with me, you should be able to understand Riley's temperature being out of kilter prior to his passing. There's a lot of confusion around his passing. If it is Riley that I've got, please do comment. Don't worry if you're not recognizing this. Do tell me that you're not recognizing. But Riley's giving me the impression of just having a lot of breathing problems. Right, Riley is female. Would you understand all of these symptoms with Riley, though, male or female? I didn't sense the sex, just purely these symptoms being relevant around her. Yes, you understand these symptoms, okay. And you understand where there's still questions around her death, please, that people aren't convinced that everything that's been said about the reason for them passing, for Riley passing, they just still feel there's questions need to be answered. Okay, I need to say Riley is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Oh, hi, Stephen. It's Stephen Rawlins. Good to see you on here. She's absolutely fine. There's nothing for anybody on the earth plane to worry about in terms of how she is. She's in spirit. She is enjoying every second, I want to say. She's giving me a sense of her personality here, in terms of being very, very bubbly and very full of laughter, I want to say. And somebody that didn't take life too seriously at all. She's just so bubbly and happy, and that's how she continues to be, this bubbly, happy, chirpy kind of energy that's around her. She's talking about June and a passing in June. Whether it's her passing or not, I'm not aware of, but you would understand a passing in June. You said very silly, yeah. And again, going back to these questions, June, yes, that makes sense to you. And right, she's also making me aware of tarot cards, as though somebody has had a tarot reading and it's made them concerned in some way, and she's like just laughing at it and throwing the tarot cards away and saying it's psychic rubbish kind of thing. It was just reflecting their own concerns rather than reality concerns, because that's what tarot does. It picks up the energy of the person that's being read for, and if you've got concerns, that then it just reflects those concerns. Okay. Okay. She's actually going hush now, as though there has been this concern around, and just bringing it down, just really wanting people to settle now. Okay. Enough's enough. Hush now. She's fine, and we're moving on. Okay. I'm going to leave you with her love, and no, she's absolutely fine. These are just mini readings tonight. So thank you for coming on, and thank you for joining us. Okay. So a few more people, so confused and constantly lighting up. Fantastic. So a few more hellos. Hi Marie, hi Judy, hi Michelle, hi Helen, hi Kirsten, hi Natalie Rogers. The readings I'm giving tonight are mediumship readings. They're not psychic readings. I am linking with spirit. All I need from you is the first name of the person that you would like me to link with, and I'll see who I am drawn to give a reading. And Carolyn, the person in Carolyn, I saw that you put Carolyn. It's can I just confirm that it is a loved one in spirit, Carolyn, not that you're asking for a reading for yourself, because I'm not doing psychic readings tonight. I am doing mediumship ones. So let me know in the comments. In the meantime, Mandy, I'm going to you with Jean. Okay. Now, Mandy, you would understand Jean as she comes in a motherly, grandmotherly feel to her. I haven't got that closeness of link yet, and as I'm pulling her in, that will build up for me. Okay, so if I have got Jean, you would understand again. Breathing, and she's giving me kind of flu type symptoms, where they're a bit achy, and just difficulty with her breathing. And would you understand where the asthma is as well? Yes, Mum, thank you. You'd understand where the asthma is around as well, Monday. And you would understand Mum at times having panic attacks as well. I feel it's panic attacks because she's just so catching her breath and feeling that panic with her as well. Beautiful lady in terms of her personality and how she is with people. Such a good listener. Asthma's with your dad and your son. Okay, sorry about that. With Mum, you would understand where the 3 children are. She was either one of 3 children, or she had 3 children, please. So, and you would also understand about a November birthday, and I want to go to sort of around the 9th, 10th, around that time for a November birthday. Not necessarily hers, but she would be aware of that. Not aware of panic attacks, only hypos. Right, so that's that breathing. I took that as being a panic attack because when I've had panic attacks, my breathing goes like that and not being able to breathe properly. So if you could accept that, okay. Oh, she had 3 grandchildren. You would understand those grandchildren being so important to her as well. But as I'm saying that, there's a sense that one of the grandchildren is more distant than the other ones. And that distance could be physical distance or emotional distance. Not on her side, but just the relationship seems more distant. And with your mom, your daughter has panic attacks as well. So she's obviously giving me a combination of those symptoms. You would understand just this incredible loving feeling that you get when she's close to you, though. And there's been times that you've worried it's all in your mind, and that it's not real. And she's saying, of course it's real, darling, of course it's real. And it's all of the emotions and the way that she comes close to you is as real as it could possibly be, okay. And it's like she's wanting to brush your cheek, and is it like spider's web kind of things that sometimes you feel it and you're going like this because you feel as though somebody's touching your head, and she's saying, it's fine, darling, it's fine. And just bringing so much love in for you. She's talking about brother, so I'm not sure whether this is her brother or your brother, but you would understand concern around brother, okay? So that would be either your uncle, her brother, or your brother, where there's just worry and concern about how they're dealing with everything, please. And again, Mum's just wanting to reassure and bring that healing, and it's like grief counselling being needed in some way, because they're having difficulty just getting through it, and they're not big talkers. They're not big talkers. That's what she's giving me the impression of. And they need to talk. They need to be able to express their grief. They need to talk the grief out. Okay. So I will leave her love very, very much with you, Mandy. And thank you for allowing me to bring through just your wonderful mum. Okay. So hi, everyone who's joined us, it will be her brother. Okay, thank you. Hi, everybody who's joined us. We've got Judy Selway, we've got Alison Best, Lisa Pullen, Amy, Shell. If people would like a reading, just put the first name of the person that you would like me to link with. Just Mandy, I just saw your comments. You're not sure which brother. As soon as I saw that, she made me aware the younger brother. Okay. He could be a bit of a handful at times, so you know which one it is. And January, it links with that younger brother as well. Okay, her younger brother. Okay, now Sandeep. Okay, Malthea, drawn to you. If I've got the right gentleman, you would understand there being either impact or an issue with Sandeep's head here. Okay, if you could just confirm that, Malthea, for me, please. If it's not Sandeep, then I will work to find out who it is. But this is what I'm sensing as I link with him. Okay. He's giving me the sense that he didn't like to be told what he should and shouldn't do. Okay, if I've got the right gentleman with Sandeep. And he could be more than a bit rebellious. But I've also got this unresolved anger, I want to say, with him as well. Malthea, are you still here, please? Because I don't want to keep going with the reading if you're not here. Okay. And I get the feeling, and I know I've given you this, but his passing, thank you, his passing, in some ways it's going to sleep and passing in his sleep, but there's still this thing here as well. And the grief that is around is still sort of very, very, very real and very now kind of thing. There's just so much emotion with and around him, and he's desperate for people within the family to know he's okay, because partly because of the way he passed and the suddenness and the things that hadn't been said and had been said but were said in anger, I want to say, on his behalf. And it's almost, you can't right. He passed away in his sleep, but can't understand something related to his head. Right. Let me go with that. Would you understand migraines with him and being in pain? And there's something about just emotionally being all over the place at times, and anger being part of that as well. And it's apologies around how his behavior was. And this is why he's bringing me back to the head again, as though there's something there that meant that his behavior was a bit off beam at times. Okay. hopefully this is making sense to you. Okay. With Sandeep as well, you would understand where the 4 children were. 4 boys, he's saying, 4 boys. Okay, so would that make sense to you about 4 boys? If it's not brothers, then it's 4 very close friends of his, because he's, and they're like brothers, the way that they're messing around and just sort of pushing each other, and you know, it's just that kind of relationship there, and there was an understanding between them, of what they were like and everything. Okay. Malthea, that there is someone he's telling me about on the earth plane that is holding on to words that have been said and need to let go. Okay, that they're going, his cousins, right, his son and cousin, so for them, thank you. And then they're just not letting go of the words that he said. Okay. And they're kind of kicking themselves about it, and he just wants them to let go of that. Let go, let go, let go. Okay. It's not helping them, it's actually causing them a lot of problems. Okay, because of how they're feeling about themselves. And they're blaming themselves where there is no blame. Okay, there is no blame. And there's nothing that anybody could have done for it to be any different than how it was. Okay, it was the way that his life was always going to go. All right, which is quite very painful for the people that were left behind, but soul journey wise, spiritually wise, he learnt the lessons that he needed to, on a spiritual level. Okay, I'm going to leave his love with you, Malthea, and please do try and pass on to the family about his words, and especially to the person that seems to be blaming themselves. That could well be his son, even though he's might not, or younger brother, not brother, cousin, younger cousin, that it's not coming out in the right way. Okay, I will leave that with you. Just have a drink. So, hi everyone, I'm Veronica Jenkins. Thank you for joining me here this evening. We're on Hands of the Angels, and thank you everybody for joining. Okay, we've got quite a few here. So hi Kirsten, hi Amy, hi Alison, hi Lisa Paris, hi Mickey Lloyd, hi Helen Smith, hi Gail, hi Diane. I'm just reading out some names to see who I'm drawn to give a reading to. As people have cottoned on now, just put the first name of the person that you want me to try and link with. If anybody comes to you off your readings and then wants to know a pile load of information from you, don't get a reading from them. Okay, you don't need it as a medium. Right, Marie McGinley. Oh, you've gone up. Let me just try and find you again, Marie, because I need you. Need the name. Okay. Right, is that 3 different people? Just give me one, okay? Or is that their full name? I don't know. Right, I'm being drawn to Patricia out of those names, so let me work with Patricia, okay? But because you've given me the 3 names, it might be that one of the other comes through, but I am aiming and I'm linking with Patricia, okay? So if I have Patricia, you would understand her going quite quickly. I've got a quick death with her through illness. And I feel, it's sudden, like a heart attack or a stroke. But it's funny, with heart attacks, they usually give me the feeling of something going on there. And with strokes, you usually give me a feeling with the stroke, and I'm not getting either. But I'm just getting this really sudden. And you would understand with Patricia that she was aware, she was awake when she passed. It wasn't in her sleep, she was awake when she passed. And it's like walking and down and gone. Okay. And a lady who really hadn't thought very much about death and dying, and hadn't, contemplated whether there was life after, or anything like that. And so she was just, it was like gone, and oh, where am I? It's that kind of sensation, just where am I? And what is this place? What's happening? So she gives me the sense of being very pragmatic in her personality and everything. Now, can I just check? Kylie Ann Thomas is saying that's her mum. Marie, are you linked with Kylie Ann Thomas, or is Kylie Ann just recognizing that the same thing happened to her mum as well? Because we do sometimes get very similar links. So, but I am definitely with you, Marie, with Patricia. Okay. And you would understand five children, Marie. So Patricia was either one of five children, or I think she was one of five children. Oh no, okay. Marie, I'm definitely with you. That don't worry about other comments then. So yeah, I feel Patricia would have been one of five children. It might be you're only aware of four, because she's giving the impression as though there was a fifth one that either died as a prem baby or miscarriage, something like that, or died very early. Is that making sense? Five was left. Okay. So that five made sense, but you would understand that this other one that passed as well. She was one of seven. Oh gosh. Okay. Right. But there's five left, and that's where the five comes in. So with Patricia, she loved her roses, because what she's showing me is a great big bunch of roses. Okay. And there's red ones, but there's yellow ones in that bunch as well. And that's where the four come in as well. Okay. But she's drawing me to this massive bunch of roses, okay, and being tied up. And yes, she loved the roses, but I feel that there would be, because the way she's showing me, there's kind of a memory link with a bouquet of roses that would have been really a massive bouquet, and they're red and they're yellow roses in there. And she liked the flowers, thank you. And you would, you would understand her husband grieving like there's no tomorrow kind of thing. There's a incredible sense of loss, not wanting to eat, not wanting to do anything, and finding it very, very difficult for such a long period of time. And this, she's making me aware of being with him as he's taking wedding ring off, crying, whether he took her wedding ring off prior to the funeral, and just sitting and holding these rings for what seems forever. And she's so much wanted to let him know that she was there, but it's like his grief was a shell around him that she couldn't penetrate, that grief just blocked any ability to receive the love and the sense that she was trying to give him of her being around him, because grief is a block to receptivity, that's the word, to mediumship. That when we grieve deeply and have any sort of deep emotional trauma of any kind, that can block our receptivity to spirit. Okay, and it's only by sort of finding peace within that grief, within that trauma, that we can then sense our loved ones around us, that shell encapsulates us. And I feel that I'm being drawn, Marie, to say that because you would understand why you need to hear that. Okay. And you would understand you having a habit with your ring, or going to that wedding finger and playing with your wedding rings and thinking of Mom. Okay. And she's smiling away there. Okay. And because you can feel her at those times as she draws close to you. Okay. So I am going to leave you with her love, and thank you so much for allowing me to work with you. Okay. Right. Hi, everybody. I'm Veronica Jenkins. I'm doing your readings for this evening on Hands of the Angels. Thank you for joining me. Let's have a look. We've got Kim White asking for Steve, Alison, Eileen, Lisa Carroll, Amy, Phyllis. Oh, Phyllis. As I said, Phyllis's name. It's like she popped in. So who was asking for Phyllis? Let's have a look. Oh, I've just gone past it again. Alison Best. Okay, so Alison, I'd like to work with yourself and Phyllis. Oh, sorry, wrong person. They go up so quickly. Okay, I'll catch the next time you comment. Phyllis, you would understand Phyllis being quite a character, I want to say. Okay. That I'm trying to be polite here. Okay. Because I feel that sometimes Phyllis wasn't polite. She told it as it was, or how she saw it was. I feel that she was of an age when she passed, let's say. She was the kind of person that didn't really like to share her age. Just you is it the sherry or the port that she used to like? The sherry. She's giving me the taste of sherry, not port. And she's got this absolute wicked sense of humor as well. That she could be quite sharp and quite sarcastic in her way of, and if she didn't like you, well, she would have no pretense about, if she didn't like you, that was it. She'd just tell you, and that was it, and it was your problem. It's up to you to deal with it. I want to say she had some real difficult times in her life. She is giving me that impression that she grew this shell because she had real problems as a child, going back to her childhood, and just wanting to block a lot. Just to block a lot out. She's giving me the sense that she was really close to her grandmother, but really didn't get on with her mother. Okay, that this is where that's coming from. And as though her dad was absent a lot, if you get what I mean. I'm getting the sense he wasn't around the home enough to protect her from how her mom was, if that's making sense. And she's actually suddenly giving me the sense of being very proper as well. Okay, that the reason I say that is she's got the bone china teacup set out. Okay, and if she wanted to impress, she'd get the china teacups out, and the teapot, and do a tray up. Okay, and that was her trying to impress and sort of really go to town. And she could put airs and graces on if she wanted to as well. I keep trying to find out about a passing, but she's just not really wanting to go there. She hated getting older. She hated getting ill. It was kind of messy. Didn't want to know about it, and she doesn't really want to relive that bit. Okay, just doesn't matter about it. Okay. She's more concerned about some of the choices that have been made quite recently, because thank you. What she's saying is she found it difficult to put a lid on how she felt and to keep her mouth shut. And especially if somebody upset her, it was like everybody knew that person had upset her. And it didn't resolve anything, and it didn't even make her feel better. She just couldn't help herself but to say it. And what she's giving me is, Alison, you would understand somebody being on the earth plane, being upset by somebody else recently and finding it very difficult not to let everybody know. And actually, it's showing the person that's saying it in not such a great light, in the same way as with Phyllis. Not everybody she wasn't everybody's cup of tea because she was so blunt. Okay. And however much she pushed away and said, I don't care, sometimes I feel that perhaps she did care, and she just found it difficult not to express how she was feeling. And part of our spiritual journey is about recognizing what we ourselves are developing, and how our spirit and how our soul is best expressed, rather than our human nature is being expressed. She expressed her human part, where when we're on a spiritual journey, it's about how we can express our spiritual part. And that seems to be a relevant point for me to advertise my book, Universal Spirit Awakening. If anybody here is interested in your spiritual journey, then you can get this on Amazon. Okay, and it's got lots of exercises. It takes you through a journey of spiritual awareness and understanding self and understanding spirit. Okay, so Alison, have a read and enjoy. Okay, but understand your life as a spiritual being, not just an expression of your human form. Okay, I'll leave that with you, and thank you so much for working with me, Alison. Phyllis was such an incredible character, and she's giving me a glass of sherry, so I'll give you a glass of sherry too. Okay, thank you for working with me. Right, who else have we got here then? We have Kirsten, Alison with Eileen, Tony with Aaron, Belle, Ethel, Davy, Carol, Ron. I'll come to you, Gail, if that's all right, with Ron. Okay. If right, if I got the right person here, Gail, you would understand Ron carrying a bit of weight on him prior to his passing. And I know I've just had my drink of water, but you would understand this cough, and it's the water that's making me cough, but you would understand Ron having a cough prior to his passing, and having difficulty with his breathing prior to his passing. And I feel it would have not just been lungs, but his heart as well, that would have contributed to his passing with the cough. And there's just a lot of things going wrong there for him, if this is making sense, Gail. He's also giving me the sense that he would have smoked as well, which wouldn't have helped with the cough, wouldn't have helped with the his heart either. He's making me aware of his circulation being bad, and the bottom of his legs being swollen as well, prior to his passing. Okay, is this making sense to you, Gail, please? And there were a few. Oh, the comments seem to have stopped. I hope that doesn't mean I've lost signal. Oh, the back again. He's making me aware of a lot of stomach issues as well. So, I missed your comment there, Gail. Sorry, that not many comments came through, and then they all came through at once. I think you said it sounded like your granddad, if that was right. which is fine, because sometimes it's not always the person we've asked for, but somebody else that's close. So if I can work with your granddad there, and yeah, I do feel granddad with him, because I'm getting memories of my granddad coming through, which often happens when I get people's granddads. And he's getting a hanky, you know, a cotton, an old-fashioned cotton hanky. Never seem to see people with hankies these days, do you? Out of his pocket and wiping your nose, and just this memory of, and I'm not sure that hanky was particularly clean half the time either, because you'd understand him tinkering with cars, because I've got on the hanky, he's wiped his hands on the hanky with, and there's kind of grease or oil or something like this on the hanky that he's wiped his hands off, and it's like his head's under a car bonnet, so he liked having a look and seeing what was going on, and kind of thing. And he really enjoyed the grandchildren as well. I know a lot of gentlemen do, but he does give the sense that getting to teenagers, he didn't always relate. The boys were easier for him, because he could talk about sports and the tinkering that he did with the cars and that kind of stuff. And actually, was it his actual work as well with the cars? Because he does seem to be going on about the mechanics and things like that. So would you understand, if it's not cars, him working in with mechanical stuff, and enjoying sort of making things work and putting things together, that kind of sense of his work with that, if that makes sense to you. And a gentleman, he's showing me reading your stories as well, okay, that he would have been a bit, your brother was always the favorite. He gave that sense that he just was able to relate to men in a different way than women. Though, as far as he was concerned, it was a different kind of animal altogether. Okay. He's talking about November being, and around the 21st, 22nd of November, being a relevant date around your family, okay, if not directly him. And you're not sure about the cars, okay. Right. I'm going to leave that for you to ask in the family, okay, because that might be going back a bit, all right, Gail. But you would understand with work, and that it's like mechanical, something like that with his work, of putting things together and making things work. And you'd understand where there's two children that he was particularly close to, that there's this two children that are relevant with him as well. Gail, I'm going to leave you with his love, because I'm just conscious that we haven't got much time left, and I do want to try and get to some more people. Just know that he's around you, Gail, and he brings a lot of love in, for your mum as well. So this must have been mum's dad, because he specifically brought in love for mum as well. Okay, so I will leave you with his love, and thank you for allowing me to work with you. Okay, so let's have a look to see who else is on here. Helen, you're saying Queenie, Amy, Aaron, Belle, Kaylee, Sarah Josie, Kylie, KD, Davy, Claire Lily. Oh, Gary, right. I feel drawn to Michelle Selden with Gary. So, Michelle, if I've got Gary here, you would understand Gary passing very quickly plays again, and there being an awful lot of grief and anger still around about Gary's passing, because people feel he just went far too soon and more should have been done. I want to say that this sense of things not happening right. Okay, he's taking me back to January, and I want early January, about 3rd or 4th of January, around that time, as being a particularly difficult time. Okay, with Gary, you'd understand a tattoo on his arm here. There's some sort of tattoo marking. If it's not a tattoo, is it scarring or something on his arm here anyway? So that's his left arm. Okay. And he's kind of laughing about it as well, as though he should never have got it done. But once it was done, it was done. That was it. Oh, tattoo for your daughter. Okay. So that doesn't really make sense about not. It shouldn't have had it done, but it's like totally not. What do you mean, love? It shouldn't needed to have happened, and he's making me feel quite emotional with that. Okay, I feel he was a gentleman. He's a gentleman, I should say, that would have used humour to deflect. He wasn't a tattoo fan then. Okay, but he also used humour to deflect from painful subjects as well, and uses humour to keep things at arm's bay. And he would try and say things that he wanted to say but didn't know how to say them through using humour. But you got that it wasn't funny, and he actually meant it, but he had he didn't know how to say it in a stuff in a good way. So it would come out that way, and he's just saying sorry. But you would also understand him not being very good with that word either, of saying sorry. But he was sorry for the pain that put you through, because I don't think he realised or even thought about the impact that he was having on you at the time. He was just reactive. He wasn't really thinking. He wasn't a deep thinker, and he's very much seeing things as they really were now in spirit. And he does ask you your forgiveness for how he was. Okay. Don't hold it against him. And he's pulling a little boy sort of, don't hold it against me kind of thing. But again, that you would understand that as a charm thing that he would do. He and he'd try and jolly you out of situations, especially when he was in trouble and he knew he was in trouble. Why is he going on about bow tie? He's like brought a bow tie in and having a laugh about it. Is it that you made him wear a bow tie? And he's just again trying to make you laugh and sort of get himself out of trouble, even though I know I've missed your comment there, so I can't pin it, sorry. But you know how much he loves you. You really do. You know, and yeah. And there's something about a single red rose as well, okay? That it's like he's leaving this single red rose out for you, but it's almost like you're the one that's leaving it for him, but he's giving you it back. And it's like you're finding, oh, you want to, but he refused. That's what it is. But it's like he's giving you this single red rose. Okay, my darling. So take his love and know you put the red roses in his coffin. Okay, then. Know he's around you and brings so much love to you. Okay, and your little one. And your little one, he says. And your little one. And the little one. Okay. I will leave that with you. Thank you for letting me work with you. Okay. So, hi, Katie. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Lisa. Linda Dunn. Hi, Sarah, Josie, Molly, Rose Sullivan, Granny Rose. Just seeing who I'm being drawn to. Just keep popping up. Corey, Annie, and Maria. Corey, Maria. If I've got the right lady coming through with Maria, you would understand her being quite frail and very thin when she passed. There's hardly any weight at all on her. There's a shallowness to her breathing, and I feel that she would have passed in a sort of care home or hospice, that kind of environment. It's quite nice, but it's not a hospital, but it's not quite home either. And there's people coming in and caring for her, and she's just passing very quietly and gently passing away over a period of time there, if that makes sense to you, Corey. She's taking me to a ring that would have been worn or is worn on a little finger, as though there's this, it's either her that wore it or her ring is being worn by somebody else on their little finger. Okay. Because she was so, as I say, she was so frail and thin. Corey, can you just confirm that I've got the right link here and that you're still here, please? Because I haven't seen any more comments coming through for you, and I know people do drop out, especially towards the end there. So I just need to confirm that you're still here before going on any further. That's right. Did not... Oh, your mum passed in a hospice. Yes, ring, but got stolen. Okay. So it could well be I've got your gran and your mom here together, because it's flipping. Actually, as I'm saying that, they're flipping between the energies. There's in some they wouldn't thank me for saying that they were similar, but there were some ways, energy wise, they are very similar people, but in other ways they were quite different. I feel one of them's a much more assertive, stronger person than the other, but at the same time, there's such similarities and characteristics, and personalities, and just mannerisms as well, and the way that they looked. I feel there's a lot of similarities between your mom and your grandmother. Okay, you sense them both. I want to say, Corrie, they do come close to you, and you do sense them. And they're talking about you developing your own mediumship skills, and with that they're saying about, don't forget, it's not just about the mediumship, it's about your spiritual journey. People can often mix the two things up, thinking your spiritual journey is the choices you make with mediumship. Mediumship has got nothing to do with your spiritual journey. Your spiritual journey is about your soul, your soul's journey as such, okay? And they're wanting you to focus upon the development of your soul as well as your mediumship, all right? And that being important to your spirituality, that your awareness of self, the way that you interact with other people, the love that you give other people, the support that you give other people, that's the true blessing of spirituality. It's not whether you can talk to Uncle John. It's part of the gifts, certainly, but our spiritual journey is so much more powerful and deeper than that. Okay, so yes, develop your mediumship, but don't forget your spirituality. And with that, that's for everybody. Okay, I want to say thank you for joining me here this evening. It's been lovely to see so many people on here, and thank you for Hands of the Angels for hosting me this evening. Thanks ever so much, everyone, and I will see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.